What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Hate to tell you that, guys, but I'm not working in this today. It is rainy, nasty, windy, gross. But I watched a video the other day from Everything Diesel. Really good guy, buddy of mine. He was talking about what it takes to make 500 horse out of these trucks. And it's not that hard because a light bulb went off. Well, that's exactly what I did. I did the minimal things to this truck to make 500 horse. I make 528, and I want to show you guys the proof. So here is a stack of dyno sheets that this truck's been through. So this is my first one, and this was on an unloaded dyno, as you can see, uncorrected. This was the first time, and I thought I had something. The truck made 400 horse, 800 foot-pounds, which isn't bad. That's good. But I kind of knew, I knew we had more. So we came home with that, and we made a couple changes, just little tweaks, and went back the next year and ran a loaded dyno. So the only changes, we made a tuning revision, and the dyno is loaded this time. So this year we make 469 and 842 foot-pounds. Now, this is where things get interesting, because the run after that, I should say the year after that, we come home and all we do again after this last year is we add an AirDog 4G 165 lift pump to the setup, and we change tuning companies. And unfortunately, I don't have torque readings, but if I remember right, it was just nipping over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and it made 528 horse. Now, you might ask, why is that important? Why do I need to show you that? Because there's a few things that are crucial to make a comfortable, safe 500 horse with these trucks, starting from the beginning. Okay, let's take this truck here. It is in stock form, G56 manual, 6.7 Cummins. These trucks are tuned at 325 to the crank. So wheel horse, you're talking like, I don't know, a ballpark at 280, 300 horse to the wheels. It's not crazy at all. They're actually pretty slow. But they did that to save the clutch. So the first thing you do, upgrade the clutch, tune the truck, maybe have some parts come off of it, so you're left with a truck like Don's. Okay, his is a 08 mega cab. You've seen it on the channel. It's black mega cab. It stock turbo, stock fuel. He's got a clutch. Some parts have come off of his too, and tuning. Different tuning than I have on mine. Different company. We haven't dynoed that truck yet, but that truck, out of experience with another truck, should be making around 4.25, maybe 450, because he does have an AirDog, so he's got good fuel supply. So in order to get in the fours, that's easy. Tune it, get rid of some stuff, maybe add a little upgrade to the fuel system, because your stock lift pump is a 60 gallon an hour lift pump. It's not hard to max that out. That's just sufficient for the stock setup. So then we bump up. If you want to get in the easy 500 range, you're probably going to want to change your turbo setup if you're running stock fuel. Now, this is all experience that I've had with these trucks. This one, going over this setup, starting from the back to the front, we have an AirDog 4G 165 lift pump with a sump, stock CP3, stock injectors. It is a BD 3rd gen swap, S367. This was before they started using the SXEs. So there's that. There is head studs, intake, exhaust, things like that. No emissions, tuning. That made 5.25 through 342 gears and 37s, which is a horrible setup, but it did it. if you wanted to make more than that, let's say, because this is kind of something I'm fighting. If you want to make more than that, let's say you want 6. Well, we have experience there too, because there's a third truck that you guys really haven't seen on the channel. He's a good buddy of mine. He has an 08 6.7 6-speed manual truck, lowered down well, not lowered down, but it's on 35s. It's not as tall as this one. He's got a little bit of witchcraft going on. Again, different tuner. That truck nips 600 horse. Stock fuel, mind you. Stock CP3, stock injectors. He has the same BD 3rd gen swap kit, but he has the SXE 366, the updated version. I think that's very important. He's pretty much got a head lifter tune on it. That thing's blown through at least three head gaskets so far, but it runs hard. What else does he have? Oh, fresh head, cylinder head. That's important. Once you start building boost with these trucks, the stock valve springs will not hold the pressure. That sounds kind of crazy, but you start adding air, at some point valve springs are a must. And pretty much when you start monkeying with different turbos, those valve springs, they gotta go. Because what happens is in the higher boost levels, you're forcing so much air into that motor at a certain pressure that it's actually holding the valve open, the intake valve open. And that robs power. It could be detrimental too. You know, you kiss a valve once and you're done. And what I mean by that is if your valve's floating, which means it didn't come up at the right time, it's still down when the piston's coming up, and they collide, it's usually not a good sign. Usually things get bent, broken, destroyed. It's expensive. So what I'm getting at here is the stock fuel setup, because that's where we're at, all three of us. Stock fuel. Kind of want to see how far stock fuel can go, and I think we have with the other truck, the black one, JD's truck, the one that makes 600 horse. He has a little bit of witchcraft done, and I want to get my hands on that truck to bring you guys a video on that, because there's some stuff done to that truck that you might not know you could do. On the fuel side of things, there's so many options, right? So let me just say, stock fuel, stock CP3, stock injectors, we found the limit, 600 horse. I have not heard of anybody else making over 600 horse on stock fuel. Please feel free to let me know if you do, or you know someone who does, and that's proven horsepower. Because there's a limit, right? That CP3 and those injectors can only put out so much fuel in that combination. Now, if you wanted to keep with the stock CP3, but you wanted to upgrade a little bit, let's say you have a fresher motor, which, don't take my word on this, but it can be done. You can throw a 35% nozzle on a stock CP3 and it should feed it, as long as you have a lift pump. You got to keep good supply to that CP3 to let it do its work. 35% nozzles, tuned right, you could gain another maybe 70 to 90 horse. But I'm not going to get into all that, because it's a rabbit hole. I'm not jumping down that hole today. So that's it, guys, to bring it full circle. I know I've kind of rambled on this thing, but it's just how this works up here. To get 500 horse to the wheels out of this era of setup, it's really not that hard. A lift pump, you're looking at good tuning, deleting, possibly a charger upgrade. If you want to keep the stock charger as long as you can, out of experience, I can tell you can expect 450 to about 480 horse. You jumped up to something just simple like this. This is a 3rd gen swap. All this kit does and is designed to do is to replace the factory VGT. This one's a 66 or 67, my bad. This is a 367. Other truck's a 366. You can make anywhere between 500 and 600 horse. Easy as that. Like always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. This is kind of a quick little ramble. Again, it's gross. I'm not working outside in this, but I want to bring you guys something. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, let me know what you think. And we have plans for this, loose plans. I want to bring you guys along. So you guys have a good weekend, have a good Christmas, Happy New Year, all that fun stuff. See you on the next one.